some maniac with lockers.
Totally award-winning playwright. And famously reclusive. It's part of my brain. Never going to school. Besides, I genuinely like this spectacle. Hate it.
They won't hate it, Mr. Fenniger. It's just entertainment.
Entertainment? Lord, what have I done? Did I let you talk me into this?
Should I tell Miss Washington that you won't be going on stage? Everyone's waiting for you.
God, no. No, she frightens me. Just give me a moment.
All right, Mr. Fenniger. Break a leg.
A handsome pledge, and yet a drop in the ocean. Zoe Washington, the Ark Society recognizes you as our founder's rightful successor, our inspiration, our guiding light, the custodian of our future.
Patrons of the Ark Society, you are part of a select, chosen few. Our founder, Janus, showed us how to survive. But survival is not enough. We must live, and we must soar. The Ark Society must not only commit itself to survival, but to progress.
Right. Hello.
Be it our next home in the stars, or the next step in human evolution. This is the eternal purpose of the elite. Not just to lead, but to lead from the front. When the time comes, and all comes tumbling down, When mankind retreats once more into caves of superstition, we will keep the fire alight. We will be the torchbearers, the trailblazers and pioneers. Do not feel guilty for your privilege. Be proud. Be fearless. For the future is ours to shape.
Mister? Sir?
Look at you, Fenneker. All dressed to kill. Now, let's do this thing. Light her up.
As the world burns, we rise from its ashes. Not just to survive, but to live.
One target down. Nice work, 47. Next up, Sophia Washington.
No way in hell!
Spikes in it.
Tell me about it. It belonged to the founder. Washington's got rid of most of his stuff when he took over his office, but I guess the maiden is here to stay.
Morbid.
Well,
Mr. Block, you look troubled. I'm a friend of the Ark Society, yes. If I may be so bold, I heard about your predicament, and, well, I believe I may offer a fresh perspective.
why not? Shoot.
All right. Say the world does collapse. The weather goes haywire, the poles melt, and the Ark Society heads out to a comfortable Arctic sanctuary, while the rest of civilization falls into chaos.
It's about to just great to be no more needy assholes. Right way?
Well, you do realize what kind of place it'll be, right?
What are you talking about?
100 or so people. No market, no economy, no social structures. It will be like a space colony. Everyone equal and dependent on each other. It will be egalitarian, sir. It will be, well, communist.
What was that?
Why didn't anyone tell us sooner? Merely food for thought, Mr. Block. Good night. I need to... Hey.
Sophia the schemer. What's she up to this time?
You know that Kronstadt designer in charge of the Great Unload program?
I'm sure.
Oh, greetings.
Miss Washington, after due consideration, I have revised my position. I would like to support your motion.
Well, well, look at you, Block. Finding your good sense and manners. Come along, then. I'll call a vote at once.
What about those identical twins?
I knew you'd come around. You're stubborn, Block, but you're not a schmuck. You know I'm right. The analysts at my father's think tank have been grinding the data for months, and they are rarely wrong. The Karuna Agreement, climate litigation. We estimate that fossil fuel companies like yours have a decade at best, or you're all resigned to the junkyard of history. And what kind of secret society would we be if we didn't keep each other in power?
What indeed?
I knew we could talk sense. Just vote in favor of my motion, and I promise you, Block, you'll power the world for decades to come. But who cares how, as long as you're the one getting paid.
Ain't that the truth?
Friends and founders, the recess is over. Let's return to the council room and proceed with the vote.
Excuse me, but it really freaks me out when people stand too close to me.
Block. Good to see you there.
Let's reiterate. For decades, you, the titans of the energy industry, have conspired to obscure the truth about climate change through lobbying, misinformation, and propaganda. This strategy has been incredibly successful, but all good things must come to an end. It is time for you to adapt or die, ladies and gentlemen. This is why our analysts have devised a 10-year transition plan to keep you in power. Play this right, and you will not only thrive, but this time, you will be the good guys. In other words, you have nothing to lose. So, everyone in favor, say aye.
I.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Yay or nay, Block? Silence is consent.
Aye.
5 ayes. The vote is unanimous. The motion is passed. And now, I believe a toast is in order to the future. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
To the future.
The future.
The future.
Mental note, weed out the Victorian and install some contemporary pieces. Feels like an old...
Both targets down. Impressive work, 47. And now, to confront the constant. Mr. Gray,
The
what's your
Washingtons are
status?
dead. I have the kill
I'm at
switch.
the helicopter, but the place is crawling with security.
How could you know
47,
about
you
that?
better bring
You
the
will head
constant to one of the
towards
boats in the harbor where
no
it's
sudden
quiet.
moves.
You
No
can use the
signs.
kill switch to coerce
or
him.
warnings. I will trigger the device if I need to.
I know you. The boy in the picture. You have his eyes. You're Burnwood's assassin.
Move.
Partners no more, I take it. I had a notion something didn't sit right with my mentor's betrayal. You murdered him, I take it, to get to me.
Not just that. He had it coming.
Interesting. It was my impression that you were cured of such sentiment. The good doctor built his serum specifically to target the seats of your emotions. Has Miss Burnwood's sense of justice rubbed off on you? I wonder.
Just keep walking.
Modern society being what it is, my guess is that any impending collapse will go hand in hand with the banks going nuclear. The Great Depression.
Okay, I hear you. But consider the cascade that is one major crisis happens.
For what it's worth, Janus always found Ortmeyer's project distasteful, not to mention inefficient. But alas, sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt.
Oh, I know.
Are all empty.
Have a good evening, sir.
I take it this is not an ICA-sanctioned operation. What exactly does Miss Burnwood plan to achieve by targeting her clients? Violating her own code?
She's doing it for us.
Us? Oh, I see. The penny drops. I should have known. How does a man leave no trace? By not existing in the first place. Lucas Gray. Or was it Subject 6? He died when the Institute went up in flames, but no body was ever produced. And unlike you, his rage never faded. So, now you want the partners, the men behind the curtain who've caused you all this pain. Well, before you go knocking down a wall, you better make sure it's not load-bearing.
rich before I married him, and now
Hello, sir.